Welcome back to the Bang Podcast. This is the only podcast where we actually bang on the podcast. It's a porn interview show, and we're going to get to doing some fucking at the end of it.
Yeah.
I'm joined here today by the beautiful and the super cute Leana.
Lovings.
How are you today?
I'm wonderful, thank you.
Good. Glad to have you here.
I'm glad to be here.
I'm Sean Lawless, joined by my comrade in battle, Big Lou.
What up, what up?
All right, so you've been here all day long, and we've been trying to figure out some details, but we're starting now.
Yeah, we have it all
Apologies
figured out.
for the delay. Do you wait around on set a lot?
No, not usually, but it depends for every
that's
shoot.
it. We're done. We're fired.
No, not at all. You know, it's a Monday, so it's kind of worth it just to take our time a little bit. It's just one of those days.
Right, it's not Friday. Like, come on, I got a weekend to get to. Hurry up, people. And we put some food in your belly. Got some hair and makeup on you. You look beautiful.
Oh, my thank you.
So it is Monday. Do you have a full week ahead of you?
Yes, I do. And in about a week, I am leaving for LA.
What are you doing there?
More shoots, and then I'm flying back for Thanksgiving.
Nice. So more porn in LA. LA porn? No way.
I know.
Wouldn't have figured that. Have you been to LA before?
Yes, I have, so this will be my second trip.
How long have you been in the business?
2 months. It hasn't been that long.
2 months, and you've already gone out to LA already.
And I've done about 53 shoots.
Wow. Jeez. All right, so you're pretty much working every day?
Yeah, pretty much
having
every
fun?
day. I'm having a lot of fun.
So you are like, you're so petite, you're so cute, and you have this nice, soft, wispy voice. But you're not 18 or 19, are you?
I am not 18 or 19. I am 24.
You're 24. That is awesome. And you have a perfect little petite body on you. Yeah, I think 53 scenes is just the beginning for you.
I think so, too.
Yeah. How many do you want to shoot?
Hundreds and hundreds.
What'd you do before porn?
I was in university working on a double major in biology and psychology with a specialization in neuroscience.
I'm too dumb to even understand what that means.
I'm a really big nerd.
No, are you a serious bookworm?
Oh, yeah. I read books all of the time.
Yeah. What's your favorite genre? Nonfiction?
Ooh. Actually, it's fiction.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's fiction. But one of my favorite non-fiction books is Thinking Fast and Slow. It's really wonderful.
What's that book about?
It's focused on different forms of thought processing.
I only go slow. You know? Huh? I already forgot what we were talking about. So that's cool. So how did you graduate?
No, I did not graduate. I was saving up for college, and then I got into camming. I cammed for 4 years, and then I got into the porn industry.
How'd you get into camming?
I got into camming because I thought that I would earn a little bit of extra money saving up for college. And I started out with just a laptop and the webcam that was built into it. And with every bit of money that I started earning, I just built more into equipment until I have all of the professional gear that I have now.
What type of gear do you have? Do you have a full-fledged, a whole porn set at your house?
Oh, maybe not a full porn set. I have some LED light stands. I have a Canon Mark IV 5D
Nice.
as my camera that I plug in with an Elgato Cam Link to stream through OBS on Chatterbait.
What type of
What did you say?
Yeah.
I've been in film production my whole life. I have no idea
And
the words that came out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, so an Elgato Cam Link is a type of thing that you plug into your computer in order to use a DSLR camera to stream on your laptop.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, cool,
you
cool.
use an HDMI cable which connects the visuals into your laptop. And then I just use a wireless headset to get my voice really nice and clear for my listeners.
Hopefully Not quite as clear as today.
Certainly not as clear.
And that's a very appropriate name for the link if it's, for camming.
Yeah, it's a very easy cam
kitty.
link name.
And then, what are you doing while you're streaming? Are you a niche model? Do you do very basic things? Give me the rundown.
I do a variety of things. I'll do a lot of basic cam girl content in which I'm masturbating on cam, things like that, very simple. Other times I'll have themed streams. I had one where my fans tipped for me to strip and masturbate to sea shanties.
Yes! The Willow Man. I love the Willow Man. Come now, the Willow Man.
Yeah, that's exactly it. They had me masturbate to that exact song.
Oh, nice.
It was very awkward.
Did you take one leg back and do like a peg leg dance or something like that?
No, but see, I have a feature where you can request a song. And so they requested so many songs that my entire stream was just sea shanties.
Now, how do you get away with playing that? Is there any type of trademarks or any legalities that you have to jump through?
I play the music very faintly in the background of my stream.
And the moans kind of overcast?
Yeah, the moans overcast it a lot.
Okay. Well, that's a good right. It'll definitely throw off the software recognition processing, I guess.
Absolutely.
If you're just, So how often are you camming then?
I used to cam almost every day, and I've had to take a small break because of how many shoots that I've been doing, but overall I intend to go back to streaming almost every day.
Now, what would be the necessity of taking a break? Do you just get burnt out and oversexed? Do you get sore? Do you want to keep it spicy for when you're on set?
I guess so. If I ever had to take a break, it would definitely be because I was burnt out. I think that's the only real reason why.
And now in 2 months, how many times have you needed a break?
I think the longest break that I've ever taken was 5 days, and that's because I had strep throat.
Ah, that'll do it.
Yeah, it kind of forced me to stop, and then after that, I've just been going on.
What's like the weirdest request for a tip that somebody has asked you to do?
Definitely, someone requested for me to do the ancient Egyptian titty milking dance.
Okay. All right.
What?
I think that they were very inebriated when they made that request, and they just came up with crazy requests to see what I would do if they said them.
All right, I have 2 questions. What in the hell is the ancient Egyptian titty milking ritual dance, and how much did they tip to see this?
They tipped me about $20 in order for me to attempt the dance, and I just sort of came up with it. I don't think I could do it on camera.
Oh, it's not like a real thing?
It's just like lots of jiggling of the breasts and cupping them, and all the sexy stuff. Lots of belly dance wiggles.
Okay, I'm getting a visual now, but I still have kind of no idea what that would be.
Yeah, I really have no other way to express that.
Yeah, just try your best to.
Yeah.
King Tut kind of thing.
King Twat?
King Twat. Queen Twat of the Nile.
I played some Egyptian sounding music as I did it. I think that's kind of what set the piece.
Right. Did you get up in any garb? Did you put eye makake on or anything like that?
Oh no, I was naked at the time of that stream. So
you were naked?
Yeah.
On camera?
I know, it's very intense.
So when you're doing these types of cam shows, how long did they last?
Oh, well, when I first started, I would stream for 4 hours twice a day.
What?
Yeah.
You do 8 hours on camera every day?
When I first started, I did.
Okay, I could see how you can get burnt out.
Yeah, so now I do about 2 to 3 hours per stream, and it is still absolutely wonderful. It's just I have to limit my time now because my fans get so mischievous. They think, what can we make her do in this amount of time?
You mean
and
what
they
can
get
they
me.
ask you to do?
Yeah.
Because they're not making you do anything, I hope.
Of course, everything's under my decision.
Right.
But
They get carried away, though.
Yeah, I've had a Hitachi on me on high for about an hour and a half one time. That drove me just about crazy.
Why did that, what? Too much sexual tension?
Oh, I'm very, very physically sensitive. So even just the slightest touch can really make me moan. And because the Hitachi was on high, I was, I guess the best word for it would be just writhing quite intimately.
Writhing. For an hour?
Yeah.
Jeez. And was that at the beginning or was that at the end?
They decided they were going to start that at the beginning of the stream.
Very appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to do that.
Yeah.
Just come out the gate hot.
Yeah.
What type of crazy scenes have you done?
Oh,
And don't name anybody else except for the Bang Podcast.
Oh, okay.
Don't name no companies. We don't want to hear about them.
You're right.
Because you're going to have the most fun here on the Bang Podcast, getting
Of
banged
course.
on the podcast.
Is this a Bang
Just as it
podcast?
should.
Yes, this one
This
right
is
now.
the
Oh,
Bang
this- oh,
Yeah, yeah, we're on it. Yeah.
Let's see. Craziest one I've ever done. That's a really hard question.
I mean, have they all been crazy?
You know, there's just so much variety in the stuff that we
Right.
do. I did a porn themed in Amityville horror style.
That's cool.
That was really fun. Lots of running around the set, acting as if we're being chased, and you know,
Horror porn.
Yeah, horror porn. It will look very scary, but all of it, we were just laughing the whole time. And obviously not on camera, but you know.
Right. Cut. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. No, seriously, I'm going to die. What would you want to do? Do you have any fantasies about?
Oh my gosh. So this one sounds a little bit silly, but I've always been interested in at least just once doing lesbian nun porn.
All right. What, you're in the convent and...
Yeah, you know, I'm in the convent and one of the sisters wants to get saucy with me.
I have the name for the the episode.
Yeah.
What is it?
Scissor Sisters.
Oh, there we go.
Very clever. Very clever. I wonder if that's already out, though.
Oh, it probably.
Guaranteed.
So, is it... Is that ingrained anywhere? Like, do you have some deep-rooted...
Yeah.
Were you a Catholic schoolgirl? Or
I wasn't Catholic, but I grew up in a mega church. Yeah.
like a cult?
It wasn't a cult, but there were a lot of people that would visit that church every day. It would be by the thousands.
The Branch Davidian out
Yeah.
in Waco?
No. Oh my gosh.
FBI.
Yeah, right. Open up.
Open
Get on the
up.
ground. Jesus.
And that's wild.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those mega churches are gross.
Oh,
I'm
my
sorry.
God.
I'm not judging,
Oh,
But also...
but
No, you
also
know.
they're
Fuck you.
gross.
Yeah.
I was dating a girl, and she goes, "Oh, you know what? You need a little bit of religion in your life."
Oh, no.
Oh.
I'm a porn director, but you need a little religion.
Yeah.
And she took me to a mega church in Orlando. That's
No, and look, that's not a little bit of religion in your
Mega.
life. No, that's as much
I
religion.
think we might be talking about the same exact one because the
You were
one
in
that
Orlando?
I'm talking about, actually no, but they have a branch in Orlando. It's actually in Fort Lauderdale, which is where I was born.
wild.
Yeah.
I was born in Fort Lauderdale, too.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah, we're not related, though.
No, we're not related.
We're not related. At least I don't think. Yeah. So you're born in Fort Lauderdale
Yeah.
24 years ago.
And now I'm back in Fort Lauderdale.
Back, where did you go?
I've been all over Florida. I've been in Eustis, which is in Lake County. I've been in Orlando and Gainesville.
Gainesville, nice. Was Gainesville where you were at university?
Yeah, it was.
Nice.
Blue and orange? No,
Yeah.
right? Fuck down. Did you do any sports? Any other extracurricular activities?
When I was little, I did.
Yeah.
I was in. My mom had no idea what to do with me because I had so much energy growing up. So I was in about 6 different sports.
At one time or just throughout your childhood?
throughout my childhood, but I would sometimes do 2 to 3 different sports at the same time.
Right.
I was in ballet, volleyball, softball, soccer, and swim team. And I don't remember the 6th one. And
You lied. It's just 5.
it's probably just 5.
Just 5. I'll grab this right here for you. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Did you win any championships? Did you get any accolades in any of those sports?
Yes, I got best goalie on my team for my soccer team.
Nice. That's good. I hope you guys won a lot of games.
Yeah, it sounds like a weird thing for me to be, but I was just very attracted to the ball. I would just throw myself on it.
Well, it's kind of funny too because you best goalie, so nobody was scoring. Now everybody just scores with you.
Yeah, that's very true.
Okay. Well, I like it better this way. Yeah. Fuck being a goalie. I mean, but just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score.
Yeah.
Words to live by.
Absolutely.
What do you do now? Do you have any hobbies or extracurriculars that you do now when you're not
camming, dude?
I know. I was gonna say when you're not camming 9 hours
a day plus shooting.
Yeah. Well, besides that, I illustrate on my free time.
What charcoal? What do you got? Colored pencils?
I make digital art, so I draw on an
Really?
art tablet, and I make surrealist portraits.
What software do you use?
It depends. I'll vary between Adobe Photoshop. I used to use Autodesk Sketchbook Pro, and right now I'm also going back and forth between Procreate, which is an iPen one, but also it's a really funny sex joke at the same time. So
Procreate. Ah,
it's kind of weird how that turned out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I'm going to assume that the 8-hour-a-day camming started to not necessarily take over, but justify the ends to the means. So,
Absolutely.
Or the means to the end, better yet. So is that what made you kind of back off the whole neuroscience and biology?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
So is there any chance of you going back into the science department?
I have thought briefly about going into work as a sex therapist, because I figured if I'm already doing porn, I should always continue to go forward, and becoming like a registered sex therapist with a history as a porn star would be a pretty good addition to that resume. Yeah.
Now, being a sex therapist, what type of schooling is involved with that? Is it the typical, 6 to 8 years of post-grad and all that?
Yes.
Yeah.
It would be a prerequisite, but I think it would be worth it if I did go into it. If anything, though, I probably will end up setting the rest of my sights on illustration or other forms of artistic adventure.
What type of illustrations are you doing? I know you said, what was it, surrealist?
Surrealist portraits.
Surrealist portraits. So what exactly, describe that to me.
Okay. I really love being able to take a picture, like a scene that's very emotional from a movie, and capturing the facial expression of the main character. And I'll think about what was affecting them in that moment, and then I'll draw something very unearthly and surreal that's sort of surrounding them in that experience.
Now, is the surrealism coming from vivid colors? Is it exaggerated facial expressions?
It will come from a variety of different things. I love making the background very vivid, or changing different facial qualities that the character may have, changing their eye color to something unique, adding different elements to the image that would not have naturally been there.
That's very cool. And I'm thoroughly fascinated. Now, is that also kind of does porn do that for you for life? Does it add elements that wouldn't necessarily be there in terms of?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Despite having done so many scenes in porn, I have actually only ever had normal sex off camera twice. And so experiencing porn is something I'm being serious.
Okay.
I'm being serious. I'm extremely shy in my everyday life. And I don't think that I could ever really show that sexual side of myself anywhere else unless someone took that courage into me.
I'm also curious. You put a caveat on that statement with normal sex, like what, as opposed to gangbangs or something at a party where.
Yeah, you know, on my free times, I just go down the hallways into casual gangbangs.
Yes,
No,
I mean that
as
would
one
be out of
does.
the norm.
No, I guess I just meant I'll have sex with toys, and when I made my own videos, I would have an assistant, and I would put a dildo in her pants and fuck the dildo.
So, are you bisexual, or are you more lesbian, or are you heterosexual?
I am bisexual.
You're bisexual.
I found that out the hard way because as I was going into art, I noticed that, you know, people would draw girls with these massive breasts and these big hips, and I would draw girls that way, and I thought, well, I'm just really admiring the shape, the body shape that everyone has, so I can admire girls and guys equally. And then I realized I really like girls and I really like guys.
You really like sex.
I enjoy sex, but when I have sex, it's not really the action that does it for me. It's about the intimacy that I achieve with that person.
So you do like the intimacy that you get on set, even though it's kind of, what do you say, fugazied or faked?
I never feel like my intimacy in scenes is faked.
Well, okay, really?
Yeah.
So you orgasm when you're on set?
Absolutely. I am actually capable of coming on command.
All right, go.
I won't do it like that, but it happens very frequently. Every orgasm that I have on and off scene is genuine.
Oh, that's you don't fake.
Yeah, I don't fake
No
it.
need, right? I
There
mean,
is
why
no
would you
need.
give somebody the satisfaction of letting them think that you came when you didn't, you know?
Exactly. I want to be fully honest in everything that I do, so when I have an orgasm, it's all real.
That's cool. And have you worked with anybody on set who you've developed like an intimate relationship with?
Well, I don't see it like that. The way that I see it is that whenever I film with anyone, there is a sort of intimacy that you feel. When you're having that sort of very close physical contact, you make eye contact, you might kiss. Those types of elements for me, the way that you're exchanging breath and sort of feeling each other, is the type of intimacy that I'm talking about.
You should absolutely become a sex therapist. Like the way you're so calm and succinct, and you're thoughtful, and you have a nice soft voice, and you're pretty, and right, you're gonna have all of this experience about sex to back up your, like you said, your resume.
You're buttering me up for
A little
Thanksgiving
bit.
dinner.
Yeah, a little bit. And I'm sure by then you'll have more degrees than a thermometer on your wall. You know what I mean? But I kind of want to touch back on the first, since you've only had sex. So you've only had sex twice outside of porn?
Yes, I have.
All right, I want to know more about that.
Okay.
I know earlier we said normal, but just I want to know the story if it's only twice.
Okay. So the thing is that I've only ever been in long-distance relationships because I've been so shy, and I've tried dating apps and things like that, and I came to the resolution that I don't want to judge anyone by their appearance. I'm just going to meet them organically online.
How you doing? I'm Lou. Don't judge me on my appearance.
Oh, Lou, you're pretty in your own way.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
What matters to me the most is their personality. I want to know someone for them, and that's what I want to love them for. And so when I feel that kind of connection, that's what happens. But it's only ever been in long distance relationships, and at one point it did happen where I had sex with the person that I had a long distance relationship with.
And how did that go?
It was very fun and very kinky.
Your first time was very kinky?
Well, so
You were a nun.
I grew up very religiously. simply because I grew up in the path of the megachurch, I was very, I didn't want to have sex. I was very scared of sex. So I thought, why not just go into BDSM? Someone told me, what's the closest thing that you could get to sex without ever having sex? And they said, oh, well, that's bondage, obviously. So I thought, oh, you mean it's not sex? And they said, yeah. And so they introduced me to some bondage artists. And that is how I got into BDSM without ever having sex.
Okay. Are you still into BDSM?
Yes, I am. I am into hypnosis and bondage. Those are my two kinks.
That's very Christian of you.
Yeah. Yes.
Bondage and hypnotizing.
You're making the Lord proud. So, are you a hypnotist, or do you like getting hypnotized?
I am both.
All right.
I'm not as experienced as a hypnotist, but I do both.
Can you try? I've never been hypnotized. I'm very, very curious.
Oh my goodness. I don't think that I could do a rapid induction like most hypnotists could, or even a slow induction. I'm just very good at suddenly lowering my voice and teasing you just like this.
That is so sexy.
And in the tone of my voice, suddenly all of the muscles in your body begin to relax. And you just... It's ASMR, basically.
This is the Bangs Podcast ASMR segment. Please keep going.
I don't think that I could actually hypnotize you. I would have to take a very long and slow route. But,
we have plenty of time.
Yeah, I am very much into hypnosis. I've been listening to those kinds of audio files for years.
Quick question. Could you convince Sean, hypnotize him to use more moisturizer, please?
Yeah, and I was
Just more constant use of it.
It's kind of funny you say that. I was going to be like, can you hypnotize me to stop sweating so much?
You know what? I'm actually very sure that that's a thing that's possible.
All right, let's try it. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, no, but...
Stare into the lava lamp while you listen
yes,
to me.
You're getting very sleepy.
Pardon me.
There are actually monks, though, that through meditation, they'll go out onto the mountaintops and in the middle of the snow, and you can see the snow evaporating off of their backs. They can change their internal body temperature.
Wim Hof.
Who is Wim Hof?
Wim Hof is the ice diver. He's, I think he's Icelandic or he's Swedish.
Oh, now I remember what you're talking about.
The deep diaphragm breathing guy. He teaches a bunch of classes like that, and I think it's more meditation than hypnotism.
Hypnosis is actually just guided meditation.
I was just gonna ask. So the way you started talking, I felt a certain way. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah. I don't know that if I was getting entranced, but I was definitely getting more relaxed, and having these headphones on helps quite a bit because. Yeah, your voice comes in very smoothly and very softly. And I was kind of even I'm like, oh, it's getting lighter in here. And is that kind of the path that you take?
That is absolutely how it's supposed to feel. A lot of hypnosis is just about relaxing every part of your body and just beginning to let go and really trusting the person that's guiding you through their voice.
I really want you to guide me somewhere. I also, you mentioned about the monks increasing their internal heart rate, temperature. I'm sorry. I just heard about a monk that went 9 days without food or sleep.
Oh, that's impressive.
I mean, doesn't psychosis set in after like 48 hours of sleep deprivation?
It's usually, yes, just about. I heard it was also potentially 6 days for psychosis, but it's still a long time. Like 9 days absolutely would be very close to psychosis.
I believe it
would have to have been.
He set the record
Yeah.
at 9 days. And they were also saying that because of his lack of consumption of food, that helped aid in his ability to stay awake and not become tired and lethargic.
Wow.
Yeah, that I think they were saying after 2 or 3 days that he went into like survival mode or whatever, so his body kind of shut down on certain things and focused on mental acuity. I was like, that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I think that's a very huge drive.
Yeah, 9 days is just ridiculous.
Hunger is a powerful force.
So is intimacy.
It is.
The hunger for intimacy. So have you worked with the guy that you're working with today?
Yes, I have. His
it's not
name
you today?
is Danny
It's not going to be me
Steele.
today.
Oh, no. Is this the first?
Well, also, I mean, we're working together right now, and we've worked together before.
Right.
Yes, we have.
I was her coach.
Oh, were you?
I banged her in the locker room.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cheerleader?
I was a very naughty
You were an appropriate cam
student.
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was her coach, and she was an appropriately casted cam girl. And I came in and reprimanded you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, you and I are not going to be the people having sex on the Bang podcast today. You're having sex with... You've already met him. You guys were having lunch and stuff like that.
Yes.
So you guys are more than acquainted. How many scenes have you two done together?
I believe it's 3 going on 4 today.
Do you like working with the same talent more than once?
Absolutely. I feel like working with the same talent gives you both experience with one another's bodies. You're able to communicate more wordlessly throughout the scene. It gives you a much better flow as well.
Yes. I think the nonverbal cues that come after 2 or 3 scenes of working with somebody are very valuable, especially in this business, because we have the philosophy that if it feels good, it doesn't look good on camera. I mean, obviously you're having sex, so there are elements of, euphoria and feeling good, but 90% of it is almost like yoga and opening it up and trying to make it look good as opposed to feel good. Because when you're having sex at home, you're doing whatever you want. Some of the positions that we do here on set are a little demanding.
They're very refined.
They're
I think
refined,
that's the best
yes.
way to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are refined.
Yeah, I think I shot your first pile driver. I think you were really surprised. I think it was your first.
Yeah, she's like, or so you think.
At least on camera.
Oh no, I could never off camera, but
I believe you.
I promise. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
You were breathing heavy. Your face was all red. It was kind of hot. I like it.
Oh, yeah.
Very hot.
I like it hot and heavy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you like passion, intimacy, and you like, well, BDSM, I guess, is on the other, because BDSM is,
Absolutely.
that's got to be like the least intimate form
No.
of.
It is absolutely one of the most intimate.
See, I don't know anything about this. I'm an idiot, so please tell me more.
Absolutely. Specifically with bondage, also called shibari, there is an immense amount of intimacy that's involved. Specifically, rope isn't all about intensity. There are several ways that you can tie someone up, but when you do it skillfully, it's about brushing the rope up against your skin. It's about the sense of that person pressed up behind you as they're tying you up. It's all about the physical sensations and the closeness of their body to yours and exactly how they're moving your body and controlling it.
And are they manipulating you? Like you surrender control, I assume, to this person.
Absolutely. When it comes to bondage, as they tie you up, you're surrendering more and more control. They're moving your body just how they want it to be moved so that everything is as it should be with the rope. It's so nice.
It's nice.
Yes, there's a specific, headspace that they use for rope bottoms. It's called rope space. It's a specific headspace that you go into when you've been in rope for a certain length of time. You get this sort of very dizzy feeling, very lightheaded. It feels very surreal.
I have 2 questions.
Yes.
I want to know how long you're in rope space, and a legitimate question, is the lightheadedness due to blood flow constriction, or is it more of a mental space?
That is a good question. I think that it is both. In BDSM, there is a term called subspace, where if you're submissive for a certain length of time, it also puts you in a very specific headspace that is very floaty and fuzzy-headed. That's my term for it. And in rope space, there is an influence of the blood flow shift, but there's nothing that's adjusting the blood flow in your head. It's usually in your legs, in your arms. And because of that, I think it's largely psychological.
And now, how long are you in rope space?
It depends on the length of the session that you've gone in. You might not get into rope space every session. It depends on the connection that you have with the person that's tying you. Let's see, the longest I've been in rope space, afterwards it felt like an hour.
Okay.
Your body's just very, very limp afterwards. And you just sort of rest against the person that's tied you up, and you have all of this rope that's fallen from you. It's very nice.
A sense of reprieve, a let go almost.
Yes.
Have you ever filmed it?
I think that I would like to film it.
It's different. I've actually shot that kind of stuff, and it's not how you describe it, unfortunately. Just because there's an aspect of it of like, you could only have the person in certain positions for so long before you have to cut, and sometimes you have to film like literally 30 seconds at a time. It's really interesting, where. Because I don't know how to do it. I know how to film it. So when I work with the person that does it, you just have to give them the opportunity to let them be in that safe place and whatever. It's wild. It's fun.
I think that kind of circles us back to what we were saying about having sex at home compared to having sex, on camera. I guess.
Yeah.
When you're in your rope space and you're surrendering, all authority to this person, that's probably a lot more comfortable and trusting as opposed to. You're getting there, and then cut. It's like, oh, well.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Well, now my shoulder hurts.
Yeah, it would make sense. I mean, bondage, there is a lot of requirement in terms of changing positions a lot, and that would get in the way of the right camera angles that you need for certain shots.
Do you have safe words?
Yes.
Could you say it?
In bondage, in BDSM in general, there is a system that's used. It's the stoplight system. So there's red, yellow, and green. Red means to stop completely, to stop all of the scene and everything in it and talk. Yellow means that they like what you're doing, but you should slow down. And green means that you're good to go, everyone's having a great time, and that it's fantastic.
That's cool. I just got to know, when have you been in a red light situation?
Never.
Never?
I've never had a red light situation. You very rarely, you never really want to get in a red light situation. It should always be, like, at least in the greens and the yellows, because you can tell someone, hey, slow down.
Mm-hmm.
And then you never get to that point.
Right. Red would be dangerous.
An emergency, yeah.
Okay, I understand.
And question, do you, when you say red, is it because you don't want to say red because you don't want to lose the fantasy, or you don't say red because you never got to that point?
I don't say red because I've never gotten to that point. Red is something you never want to think of it as, oh, I don't want to lose the fantasy, because it's about your safety.
Correct.
Right, and I guess to your point as well, yellow, they should heed that warning. Like, okay, I'm understanding now the flow. I can keep going, but I was ramping up too fast, or I was going too tight, and back to entrusting your life basically with somebody like that. You hope that they do back off.
Absolutely, yes.
So, I gotta go back to your university, just because it's plaguing my brain. Why?
Oh, yes.
Somebody's so smart. I mean, and just talking to you in the last few minutes here, I've gathered that you're not just one of these surface smart people. Like, nah, for real. I read books and stuffs. I'm good at it. You don't have I know you said you wanted to be sex therapist, but you don't have an interest to complete the university, or do you have any crazy experiences as to why?
I love exploring my pursuit in knowledge. I'm always going to appreciate that. I actually have wonderful memories as to why I loved college so much. Especially, I was taking an island biology course at some point, and one of my favorite memories from that is that I along with 20 other students, lived on an abandoned island for 10 days. And during that time, we all had our own research projects that we got to conduct, and I helped one of the students working on their PhD to collect cottonmouth snakes.
Okay.
And,
They're venomous, right?
Yes, they're venomous. And we would study them.
That's pretty cool. But I feel like there's an underlying thing here. What happened? What else happened on the island? You guys were there for 10 days? How did you eat? What did you...
We all collected rations offshore. Like, we went to the mainland, and then we would come back with all of the food. Everyone took turns preparing it. Gosh, I have so many stories from there, though. I mean, we would every night go out onto the beach and count mating horseshoe crabs.
Oh, nice.
And one of the things is we would watch how many satellites there are. Satellites are males that are surrounding the primary pair of mating horseshoe crabs. So the thing is, if a male and a female are having sex, all of the guys will kind of crowd in and contribute sperm and some kind of weird gangbang. And there's so many male horseshoe crabs that they all contribute sperm in one kind of thing. And there might be 7, 8 horseshoe crabs. It's crazy. 7
satellites aside from the main pair?
Yeah.
All circling around? That's very cool. Have you ever seen the blood of a horseshoe crab?
No.
It's neon blue.
That's so cool.
I guess it's cool, but you got to get the blood out of a horseshoe crab.
Yeah,
it's like,
that too.
You know, that's,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. Just to see blue blood, you know. But yeah, it is pretty fascinating.
Isn't all blood blue?
No, like because
ours oxidizes.
Yeah, ours oxidizes. It turns red. When theirs oxidizes, it turns neon blue.
Oh shit!
It's like fluorescent
wild.
blue. Yeah. So nothing crazy happened on the island. There was no like. The tribe has spoken or anything like that. You guys didn't get voted off. Or...
She's an island girl.
Yeah.
No. Oh my goodness. I mean, there weren't even any real risks with the cottonmouth snakes. Sure, when we were measuring them, we would let them out on the ground, and so you measure them just by kind of letting them slither around. Mm-hmm. We have a ruler that we kind of taped to the floor so that we could just let them slither along the path, and we could say, okay, that's about 9 inches. We also did an ultrasound on a pregnant snake.
Okay.
That was really cool. You could see the babies, but it's very different from a normal ultrasound because you're like, what does a snake ultrasound even look like?
But wait, cottonmouths give live birth?
No, they don't.
Right. So you could see the...
You can see the eggs.
Okay.
Like you can see the eggs
and the contents
inside of the egg. Yeah.
Very cool.
And just to make sure that everything's
snake eggs, man.
Make sure that everything's going the way that it needs to.
Nobody got bit, obviously. Wrangling all these cottonmouths.
No one got bit. No, but I did see. I was canoeing around the island with a friend, and we did see a bull shark underneath our boat. It was about twice the size of our boat.
Yeah.
It was very terrifying.
Was this in an estuary, or were you guys out in the ocean?
It was in an estuary.
Yeah. So, right, those are the mean bull sharks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like goddamn freshwater sons of bitches. Mega church-loving people.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we're going to start to ramp things up here a little bit now that you're talking about 9-inch snakes and,
yeah.
You know, horseshoe crab gangbangs.
Yeah.
You've met our other stud today.
I have.
You guys have had sex. Do you like hot food?
Yes.
You like hot sauce?
No.
Wow.
I can't.
What about you?
I do, dude. Tell me more.
You like hot sauce?
Yeah.
Funny you should ask because today's Bang Podcast is brought to you by Red Rose Hot Sauce.
Let me get a close-up of that.
Stop and taste Red Rose Hot Sauce. Red Rose Hot Sauce. Flavor add. Kick up your next meal with Red Rose Hot Sauce. You can order yours at redrosehotsauce.com.
I suddenly love hot sauce.
Wow, I hear have a bottle. There's more.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Woohoo.
You can keep that.
Yeah, you can keep it. Well, you know, did you put some of this on the wings that we had earlier? Because there was a bottle. There was a bottle.
Oh my
with
gosh.
the food.
I did see you guys dripping some hot sauce on the wings.
I like the way you say dripping.
Dripping. But actually, yeah, I heard everyone's comments about just how flavorful it was.
Wow. That's delicious. Awesome. RedRoseHotSauce.com. And with that said, I guess we're going to meet your co-talent today.
Danny Steele.
Danny Steele, where you at, bro? Is he here? Is he in the studio? He's in the studio somewhere. I've gotten word that he's in the studio.
Hello?
What's up, man? How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank
Hey, please don't kiss the talent, okay?
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
How you doing, brother?
Good. You got me? How we doing?
Got you a little bit.
Check.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me turn up the volume. That would
Yeah.
help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me with some volume again. Hey, you're already rubbing his leg. Whoa, 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 whoa.
I'm just being a supportive friend.
Just saying hi.
And that's
to
the
the
best
show.
way. Like, you kill it when you're on set. I gotta say,
you.
yes. Giving the male attention and keeping him had is
Yeah.
it's a very good thing. So you guys have worked together before. She said 3 times. Is that right, bro?
Yes, 3 times.
How long you been in the business now?
Late June, so July, August, about 3.5 months.
3.5 months. How many scenes have you done?
About 34, 35.
She's got you beat by almost double in half
Yeah,
the
she
time.
does. I mean, obviously. I mean, come on.
Yeah, she's hotter than you.
I'll agree with that, yeah.
Yeah. What brought you into this business, man?
Well, it's a long story. I'm 34, so I've kind of done my fair share of odd and end jobs. I went to school for kinesiology, tried the personal training thing for a while, and that kind of fizzled out. I was in like Indiana, Midwest, so really couldn't get my clientele going. Moved to Arizona, met somebody on Tinder who I thought I was getting catfish. Turns out she was in the industry and suggested I should look into sending some emails out. I got contacted by a couple agencies, and now I'm here.
You met a porn star on Tinder?
I thought I was getting catfish, but yes, I decided to roll with it. I'm at the bar waiting for not the person who I thought to walk in the door, and
Can you
turns out it was her.
say who it was?
I don't see why not. Yeah, Kira Croft.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Why? I've got to know the psychology behind that now. Like, why you would think a porn star, if she's just getting it from wherever she wants, why would she be on Tinder?
Exactly. At this point in time, normal guy watching a shitload of porn, so I see somebody on there, I'm like, this is a fake account. There's no
Right.
way this is really her. Not a chance. So obviously go into the DMs a little bit. Like, yeah, sure, let's meet for a drink. Okay. She walks in, it's her. We hang out. We went back to her place. I helped her with a few, content. Helped her make some content.
Okay.
It went well. And then I asked her how, maybe I should look into putting some feelers out. I kept my full-time job, did like 3 or 4 scenes, quit the full-time job, and started doing porn full-time.
Nice. Where did you shoot your first couple scenes?
It was when I moved to Florida. I was actually planning on moving already. So it was funny because I moved here, and like 3 days later, I talked to Hussy Models, and they got me to come out. And my very first scene was to see him fuck. A little intense for my very first scene.
That is a little bit of throwing baptism by fire for sure.
Yes, I did find a couple of my kinks out that day, but it was
Oh, what did you find out that you liked that you didn't know?
basically everything I did was new to me. So like the feet stuff, like the muscle worship stuff. I've
Being
never
a power
done.
bottom, all that.
We'll get to that.
Come on, bro. You can't put them out there like
Basically,
that.
Oh, hey, oh.
I
well,
know
no, it's a good segue. I mean,
I know the story, but don't put them out there.
early.
It's too early. Oh,
I thought it was good. I'm a little naive when it comes to being brand new to the industry. So when I was in there, my very first scene, there was rimming, there was like foot stuff, there was a bunch of different things. I realized that I actually don't mind my feet getting played with.
Yeah.
And also like a little rim job every now and then doesn't hurt anybody.
all right. So yeah, you said you're naive.
Bro, come
I can be, yes.
You don't know industry terminology, I guess.
Apparently not. No.
Okay. Well,
What's a power bottom?
yeah.
I learned that.
I know what a power bottom
So,
is.
but
unfortunately,
we were laughing about this earlier today. You were touting yourself, almost bragging about being a power bottom.
Yep. Okay.
It turns out you're not a power bottom.
No. By definition, I suppose not. No. So I always said like one of my favorite positions. I like being on the bottom because I can fuck. Like when I have someone on top, like reverse cowgirl.
like a girl's riding you.
A
and
girl's
you like
riding
to
me.
Pump up.
I pump up. I feel like it's a good position for me. So I derive a lot of power from the bottom. So by definition, I assumed that meant a very open term for anybody. Didn't realize it was directly for the gay community. So I had that in my Twitter bio.
It means a guy who could take it for
Wait,
hours.
you had
I put it in my fucking bio. Yes.
Danny Steele, porn performer, Miami, power
Power
bottom.
bottom. Yep.
Oh,
And
that's a rough one.
about 36 hours later, my DM's just flooding. And I was like, what is happening?
Like your basement.
Exactly. I asked somebody about it, and I found out it was a term that I should not have been using. So, yeah, that got edited very quickly. Yeah.
Have you shot gay porn?
No.
No.
Never. 100% straight. Never.
Okay. Would you be open to it?
No.
But you are going to bang Leana here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's not gay.
No, I would say
Definitely
not.
not. By all definitions.
What else have you learned in this business that I guess you were naive on?
Terminology, yes. Water sports, which from where I grew up is like, jet skiing, water skiing, wakeboarding, not piss. So somebody had a question for me, like, would it be open to water sports? And I was like, yeah, love jet skiing. I'm all about it.
What else? Let's get out on the lake. Come on, guys, fire up the boat.
I actually made a comment how me and someone else did. We had the opportunity to have some fun on a jet ski, and we never filmed it. So I even commented on the question, like, I had an opportunity to have a great scene out on the water.
Wow.
So I'm learning a lot.
Okay. Well, what else do you want to learn? I guess. I mean, that's what a loaded question, because you won't know until you get to that moment.
I guess I need the porn fucking thesaurus to know what the hell words I'm using.
Well, these days it's changing. Every day there's a new word you can say. There's a new word you can't say. There's a new just terminology in general. So the thesaurus just throw it out. I mean, she probably studied it with how much,
Yeah, there were some words I didn't know.
I can't hear you.
I used to not know what jerking off was.
What do you mean okay, I used to not know what that was too, but that was a long, long time ago.
So when I was in high school, I was having lunch and I heard two guys arguing, and I was just so sick and tired of it. And I put my hands on the table. I thought I'd stand up for myself, and I said, "That's it. I'm sick and tired of having to eat to the sound of you guys jerking off." Because I thought it meant that they were being really big jerks.
Yeah.
Because if they're a jerk off, then that means they're a jerk.
Sure.
So if they're jerking off, it obviously means that they're both being jerks at the same time.
Present tense.
Yeah.
Duh.
That's not too bad.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. Honestly,
I can see that mistake.
It's just another word in the thesaurus.
But I think you could even say that today, and it would you guys are over there, you're jerking off. Stop jerking off. Well, in high school football, it was dicking around.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean dick? I have pants on. Like, I'm not dicking around. So yeah, I guess there's euphemisms and idioms that people use that make sense, but only in the context of which they're used.
Yeah.
But power bottom, that's a rough one, especially to put in your bio.
Yeah.
And what else have you learned, now that you started the biz?
Oh, I mean, kind of just behind the curtain. Again, I've always watched a shitload of porn, at least once or twice a day since I was probably 16. So, from one side, being someone who watches it, to now performing, I have no idea what was actually going on behind the camera.
Right, it's vastly different.
Yep, you see one thing and 100% different is actually going on. So I'm still learning every day. I have about 4 to 5 scenes a week on average, and every day there's a little bit something new that I pick up, like opening up for the camera. Positions might look great on camera, but that doesn't mean that the two people are enjoying themselves at all. But you have to kind of put that face up for the camera so everybody else on the other end thinks you're enjoying it. Mm-hmm. It's not like having sex in your free time at all.
We covered that earlier, actually. It's kind of funny for you to reiterate that point, because our philosophy, Big Lou and I's philosophy, is if it looks good, it probably doesn't feel good
100%.
On camera, and if it feels good, it probably. Or did I just say the same thing twice?
No, I got you. Yeah, I don't know if I got it from Lou, but that's definitely something I've learned very quickly.
It's got to look good, because you're at work. We're acting.
Yep.
I mean, if it feels good, that's good too. But make sure it open up, look good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, we're gonna talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Okay. Yeah.
You're cool?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you do something that's I don't know if it's unique, but it's definitely new to me in the business. In order to prep for a scene.
Mm-hmm. So that was another thing too. Coming from the other side in, when you're looking at a porno, you think people are having sex for 15, 20 minutes. It's normal. You're getting turned on. You can be in the moment, and that's another big thing is in porn. You're not in the moment. It's a business. Cut. Action. There's 10 people.
Cut.
Standing by.
Always scary.
Dad joke number 1 from Lou. I think it's my first dad joke.
First dad joke.
That's my first dad joke.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Bang Podcast, our first dad joke today is brought to you by RoadsideX.com. That is RoadsideX.com, RoadsideXXX.com. Find all your dad jokes at RoadsideX.com.
Ladies, if your car breaks down, look out for the roadside.
Please call. Yes. And if you ever want oysters on the half shell, visit theoystertrap.com.
Oystertrap.com.
Dad jokes brought to you by Oyster Trap. All right.
So story cut.
Right, he didn't even get to the juicy part yet.
Oh no.
I know.
We're keeping them anticipating. So no, like being able to hold your edge or stay hard for 2-3 hours at a time, like you're gonna need some kind of performance enhancer or like Viagra, Cialis, and something I had no idea existed was something called Trimix. It's a shot that you can actually use. Some people are like leery with needles and kind of nervous. I don't mind. I used to bodybuild, so I may or may not have been used to needles. So basically what you do is you take an insulin pen, 30 gauge, if anybody knows gauges, it's really thin, and you basically inject that into the base of your penis. I know it's kind of hard to think about. Very, very small amount of liquid, and you basically can stay erect for anywhere from 1 to 10 hours, depending. You don't want to go past the 4-hour mark.
Okay.
Yeah. Priapism is basically what that's called. So, just like the ads for Viagra, no erections lasting longer than 4 hours.
Okay.
So there's an antidote that you could use that actually is basically Sudafed, which takes the whole swelling away and everything like that.
What is Sudafed? Is Sudafed like a...
It's an antihistamine or something.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah, think about like
Is it an
vasodilation to vasorestriction. So you're actually going to have more the ability for that blood to then leave.
Yeah. Okay. And where do you pump it into a vein? Is there a specific region? Do you have to hit?
Well, in the penis, you have like your obviously shaft, and on either the left or the right side, you have I think it's called the cavernosa or something. There's just a large open area on either the right or the left. So you just need to inject into that large chasm, and then like once you inject it, then the blood goes to where it's supposed to.
That's wild.
Yeah, I'm highly fascinated. So I've never done that. I've only seen one other guy do it. And I had more questions than before actually witnessing it, because, like you said, you have some sort of trepidation or predisposition to sticking a needle in your cock.
Yeah.
But it works. I mean, it's a growing trend, I guess, in the business now. And being producers, directors, I don't hate it. Like it definitely helps smooth the day along.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you mentioned, but with the Sudafed, do you shoot that into, or do you
You
orally?
could take it orally. A lot of times to make it work as well as it should, you do have to inject. So try to left-right side situation to switch it up.
Okay, and you're basically every time.
I try not to use it if I don't have to necessarily. If there's
Right.
like nerves are kicking in, if it's a new situation, it's the same concept. Like it's your job. If you
Right.
can't perform for your job,
Yeah.
Like if I'm a quarterback and my arm doesn't fucking work, are they going to hire me next? Am I going to start next week?
I don't know. For the
Probably not.
for the Dolphins, you might.
So that's the same concept too. When
QB1 over here.
I've been on set a few times when even I've had to like step off just to find my edge and get ready for the scene again. Or people that don't know what that means is get hard.
Yeah.
So if you have 5-6 people on set and they're waiting for one individual to get ready for their scene, like that could slowly start to affect your work.
Mm-hmm.
So if my idea on set is if I can save everybody in the building like hours of their time, like I'm gonna get more work. So if that means I take some performance enhancers to make sure that I can perform up to the level that I need to, then I will. And eventually, when I get more into the industry, I'll probably stop using that.
Yeah, I took Viagra my first 4 or 5 years in the business, and I had never taken it outside of the business or not in my personal life. Never needed it. You know, I'm a stud, man. I'll fuck. Yeah, until, like you said, until that day arrives where you're like, I'm sorry, guys. This has never happened, I swear.
The classic trope, exactly.
Yeah.
And then again, too, being somebody who did watch porn, you always have those, oh, I could do that. Right. Oh, I could stroke better than that. Oh, this and that. And like you try it. I challenge you. Just like when I used to bodybuild, everybody thought they could do it. Try it.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Once
Once you hop into that ring and you think you could box, and you get punched in the face. You go, oh shit.
Exactly.
I'm actually in a boxing ring now. So, but to your point, man, I really hope so, because like I said, my first 5 years, I would say I took Viagra, 90% of the time, and now it's been 3 years and I haven't taken it. I don't know. I found a certain headspace or.
Yep.
My tip to guys is find a fetish. Find a fetish that girls that you could do on set, and it always helps a little bit. Like I know guys who became foot fetish guys just because on set they needed that extra help.
Right.
And the foot fetish just became their thing. You know what I mean?
I think that's the best advice, because I would have to say for myself, it took me being okay with what I liked. Like
there's no kink shaming in the
there's
business.
there's no kink shaming.
There's no kink shaming here.
Like, yeah, she's beautiful. Oh, she's not a blonde. Like, yeah, but she's still beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't care if your wife is blonde or if your favorite is blonde. Get over it. Like, be okay with what you like. And I think that at least for guys. I mean, I'm very curious too to know what Leana has to say about what you do to get in the mood, to keep your juices flowing, to keep the passion there on a scene. Do you have to go into a rope space, or do you just slap some lube on and spread them?
Oh God! I mean, I do end up having to use a lot of lube, but that is usually because I am just naturally very, very tight down there, and
Can't
so
confirm.
sometimes.
Yeah, we've both have had sex with her.
Yeah.
So.
And sometimes, it needs a little bit of help, but I definitely use a lot of hypnotic suggestion to help myself keep going, I guess. Usually I don't need too much help, though, to get very excited about the performers I'm working with.
Move this in closer and tell me more about this hypnotic suggestion.
Okay. Well, it depends. Usually I'll listen to an audio file that just talks about how the state of mind that I'm in is just getting so very fuzzy, and then it talks about how aroused I am and how wet I am and how I just can't keep but to squirm my legs and just get ready to take something inside me. And it sort of gets me really excited and ready for the experience that I'm going to have.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, getting me excited.
Well, Dan, we've heard enough from you. I think you can take off. Just going to be her and I today. No, you seem to have a very, very erotic mental acuity.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you definitely have that intimate spark.
I can kind of find it, yeah.
Yeah, I think you find it just fine. Where are you going to go today? Mentally.
Oh,
She's gonna think about the guy she hasn't had sex with. Hi.
Hey, his name is Lou.
okay, I'll just say what my brain said first.
Yeah, good instinct.
And then what I was going to say thoughtfully. What my brain said was the first place I'm going to be going is in between his legs.
Ooh, okay.
And other than that, I guess it's just going to go into the experience that I'm going to have.
You're in the moment?
Yeah, I'm always in the moment.
Okay, I think that's a pretty good approach to shooting a porno, is understanding where you are at the exact moment. Am I opened up? Is my leg in the proper position? Are my hands clenched? Am I relaxed? Is the hair out of my face?
Definitely that. I'll always get self-conscious when my hair gets in my face, but otherwise it's really just about that experience and is the other person that I'm working with, how are they feeling when we're interacting, and just focusing on having fun, but doing it in a way that looks great on camera.
Have you encountered a scenario where you can sense that somebody is maybe, I guess uncomfortable would be the word to say, and you still know that, okay, this is a position that is odd or unique, but we have to get it done anyway?
There's a very popular one that I know a lot of guys have issues with just because of the way the bodies overlap. There's one where it's kind of like reverse cowgirl, but you're in the girl's in a crab position and the guy is laying back.
Mm-hmm.
And in that position, it can be uncomfortable for the guy just because of how their appendage is bending.
Yeah. And the way the spine
is
curving on your stomach. Yeah, but that's the half Nelson, right, Lou?
Oh, sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
Well, you know what they say. All brilliant people listen very closely. Huh?
I was thinking if she's going to get spanked, when we...
Do you like getting spanked? Did we establish that? Is she getting spanked?
I'm thinking BDSM, maybe when we get started.
Is there a rope here?
In the
studio?
I don't know. Does anybody know how to tie her up?
It's all
you
about
do?
experience.
Oh, you do?
I guess my shoelaces.
We'll figure something.
We have 8,000 feet of wire here.
There we go.
Would you want to get tied up? I don't know if we actually...
Not with recording wire, but
What about power cable?
I mean, it's a little bit
300-foot extension cord around here
spicy.
somewhere.
I've actually been looking into how to do ties for BDSM because I'm
Really?
into that. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we're close to that point, right?
Yeah.
I think we should say goodbye to the fans who
Yeah.
behind the
behind the curtain, behind the wall.
Yeah, let's go to
the wall of pay.
Yeah, let's close this part out. Let's close this part out and see what.
So I love that bra that you're wearing. I could see the little sparkles on it. Yes, thank you for going that way as opposed to the natural reaction of most porn stars and going the other way. Yeah, no, here are my tits. So yeah, we want to keep it kosher here for the next 90 seconds, where we're going to tell everybody we're getting into the banging part of the Bang podcast here. All right, we're going to interview you here naked. We'll see about tying you up. Well, if anything, we'll delve into some sort of fetish that you want to do today that maybe you haven't done on camera, or you have that you really enjoyed. We'll do that. We got my boy here, Danny. He could throw it down. And I'll just pretty much talk to you guys for the next 15 minutes or so while she's getting naked. Are you guys making out?
No.
No.
All right. And if you're not on bangpodcast.com right now, you're going to miss all of the hardcore and the remainder of this interview. So go ahead. If you're not here already, bangpodcast.com.
Yeah, log in. All right, guys. Have fun.
See you soon.